Thank you for your report.
My microphone's not muted. Yeah. Oh, I hope it's not fucked. Shall I change controllers and see if that helps? Okay, hang on. No, it's not. Oh, there we go. I don't know, it was doing funny things. If you can hear me, say I. I don't know what that was. I think maybe I got a little bit of a software issue crossover with the headset. Right. Yeah, so I was completely chatting away, lovely chat going on here. No idea that I was actually not even audible at all. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I was just continuing the conversation on the chat about game movies and stuff, and I also heard that it was pretty bad. However, I do I wouldn't say prefer it because I haven't seen it yet, so I have higher hopes for it than the first movie that was made of the franchise, only because it looks like it stayed a little bit more true to the lore of the game. And also just mentioned how Silent Hill's probably still one of my favourite. Not the best, but it's still one of my better, what I consider a better game movie. But yeah, fun times. I'll still watch it, even though it's crap. But I'll give it a go. Thank you for your report.
We shall inform the troops of these developments, and instruct them to proceed with the utmost caution should they encounter any survivors.
Allow me to go and speak with the ones at the victor's spoils. They may be more willing to listen to a fellow Garlean and accept our offer of assistance.
I pray you are right. And though I am loath to burden you any further, should there be an appropriate occasion to speak of Licinia and her sister, please do so.
I am sorry to have put you through this.
My distress is nothing compared to their suffering. So tell me, what else have we
You're
learned?
playing number 10. I've got so many Final Fantasy games I want to play. I want to play the remake
As
again.
you may have already
well, not
heard,
again, but get
we have
trophies
succeeded
for it.
in curing the
I have Final
members
Fantasy
of the
8, the
Popularis,
original Final Fantasy
Maxima
7, which I still haven't
identified.
finished. I'm still actually meant to be. I haven't streamed that game in years, and I was streaming a platinum playthrough. And I missed one trophy though, that one already, the go on a date with Barrett one, which is going to take a while to go backtrack on. Plus got Final Fantasy 9 as well on the PS4. Yeah, got a lot.
They have provided us with some intriguing insights into the current state of Garlemald. The assassination of Emperor Varus was the catalyst for the civil war. Nerva declared his claim to the throne, and his opponents refused to recognize it. Fighting broke out in the capital, where Nerva's 3rd Legion clashed with the 1st, who remained loyal to Varus even after his death.
Of course, even Imperial warmongers would balk at the idea of turning their
Oh yeah,
shining
you've got
city
15
into a
and 7
battleground.
remake,
Like burning down the wood to spite the wasps.
which you can upgrade now.
Neither side would be so mad.
I also have 10 on the I think I got 10 right across from PS2 to
Unless
PS4.
something
But they share
or
trophies. They don't have
someone
trophies
inflamed their
of own.
animosity to such an extent that they could not help but act against their better judgment.
It brings to mind events at the Gimlet Dark, does it not? The Emperor's sudden withdrawal from the front lines, specifically. Nerva and his father, Titus, Varus's then political rival, took advantage of rumors that Crown Prince Xenos had been possessed by a demon.
I can't wait for part 2 of the remake. It takes so long.
Elidibus, what better way to disparage your enemies than with the truth, or a close enough approximation?
Indeed. But before their accusations could be substantiated, many of Titus's followers were silenced. While some were merely stripped of their status, others died under curious circumstances. One after another, suddenly and suspiciously.
Again, Elidibus. Like as not, he had a
Yep.
hand in it.
And it's
No
literally,
evidence was found to implicate Varus, certainly.
The introduction to the game. I mean, the first part is just the Midgard. Excuse me, the Midgard section. Next I don't know how far the next one will take us into, but the next one will take us into the open world. and we'll have trying to think back on the areas you go to and how far. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes us as far as the can't remember the name of the town now, but I don't know. It might take us as far as, I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but I'm thinking one of the areas that is quite, I wouldn't say significant, but one of the areas is the ship. I'm trying to think what's before that. It's like you have to use a dolphin to jump up and climb to the top, but like climbing the wall in Midgard. But and then you get on the ship and it takes you across to Juno. That's right, Juno. Once you leave Juno, you land in Costa del Sol. Everyone's got an airship, so you do get an airship in number 7 eventually. In Juno, but that's like after weapons been released, and you've made it all the way around, and things going to go down with Shinra and stuff like that. But I'm just trying to think where they could possibly take you up until. If it's only going to be 4 episodes, it's quite possible that take us as far as maybe Costa del Sol, and that timing. And you got Cosmic Canyon, Forest of the Ancients, City of Ancients. You got Rocktown, Niflheim, which is where Cloud's from. Oh, very nice.
Nevertheless, Titus, Nerva, and the Third Legion would have judged it a brazen attempt by the Emperor to rid himself of his political enemies. And then, in the midst of this growing turmoil, Varys Sosgalvis is murdered. And Garlemald's own prodigal son, Gaius van Belsar, is named the murderer. Shortly thereafter, Nerva claims the right of succession, and in response, the First Legion claims the assassination was part of a coup d'etat orchestrated by Titus and Nerva.
So no one is at fault, and everyone else is to blame.
I should add that both parties received substantial financial backing, presumably to provide them with the means and encouragement to pursue a swift victory, and that these contributions came from the self-same benefactor.
I'd heard House Brutus had been filling the Third Legion's coffers, but the First as well.
It would seem so. Though the Populares determined that the First Legion received funds from a variety of organizations, all had connections to House Brutus.
So Fandaniel, in the guise of Asahi, was playing both sides against each other the entire time.
The information we gained from my friends does not end there. One night, shortly after fighting broke out, the capital was shaken by an immense tremor. From that point onward, they have no memories, no recollection of any events, including our clash on the Magna Glaciers. But when asked about the Imperial Palace and its bizarre transformation, they somehow recall Emperor Varys giving them orders in their dreams. May the Tower of Babel stand as testament to the glory of Garlemald.
You just need to keep on at it. Cadbury, orange, dairy milk, and hot chocolate. Ooh.
Like 40%.
The pass?
This sounds awfully familiar.
Okay.
Sorry, 132.
Bear with me 1 second, be right back. Right, I'm back. So, yeah. That's all. So I bought that Bailey's chocolate
We have something
Yule
to show
log.
you.
It's gonna be good. I'm trying not to overdo like and biscuits and stuff this year because I always find that I'm all chocolated out.
Varys spoke to them through this radio.
Thank
Perhaps
you.
it was a recording, but if not, that would be inexplicable.
We are of one mind, then.
The ether that permeates the ore used in this device is almost identical to that of the talismans.
I see it.
Yeah, otherwise
While
it's
it is
just
likely
too much,
more
and then
by
you're like, too
coincidence
much
than
food, and you
design,
just feel bleh
these
at the end of it
devices
all.
might also ward against a primal's influence. A picture is beginning to form. If the tremor felt throughout Garlemald was a wave of ether emitted by a primal,
What a primal. No, I don't think. I think it's just like I don't know, overindulgence. I think.
then while those within range would have been tempered, those huddled around a radio desperate for news concerning the Civil War would have been spared.
No wonder Licinia kept it close.
My friends, I must speak with you. A young man was caught trying to steal our supplies. He is a soldier of the Iron Men, we think, but one who has not been made thrall.
Oh, I didn't get a biscuit box this year. We've got one pudding, which is the Yule log. And then we've just got like a whole lot of like finger food snacks and stuff like that. And some pate and some crackers and some cheese and some wine and got a bit of alcohol. More savoury than sweet this year, I think. I mean, Ray's had plenty of chocolates in her advent calendar and stuff, but I see you, kitty cat. Are you comfy over there? Aww.
Thankfully, Magni restrained him before blood was spilled. The stranger is outside, if you wish to
And at
ask
the
him
moment I'm
questions.
having a honey Jack Daniels with Coke.
I think we
Very
do.
nice.
Who do we have here?
Garleans? Traitors to your homeland! Have you no shame?
Aww. I do recommend it to keep, I don't know, company and love and, yeah. I hope so. I hope for you. Get a nice, loving little moggy.
I am Lucia Junius, a temple knight of Ishgard. And you are?
Julius Pier Norbanus. And that's all you invaders will get from me.
We are not here to invade Garlemald. Far from it. Like you, our allies in Eorzea and the Far East fight in defense of their lives and their loved ones even as we speak. But it is the people of Garlemald who have suffered most. This we know. And that is why we have come to offer you our aid, that we may unite against our common foe. Whether you believe me or not, those are the facts. Now, answer me this. Why would a proud soldier of the Empire be reduced to stealing? The situation must be dire indeed for you to go to such lengths.
They can be happy indoors if they need to be. As long as they've got everything that they need. You know, litter box, fresh food and water every day. And I'm pretty, you know, I trust that you know everything the cat needs. I'm getting such love eyes from behind the Christmas tree. It's so
If it is
cute.
supplies you seek, we would gladly share ours, or turn a blind eye while you leave with your spoils.
Bless her, she's got to go to the vet tomorrow. She's pulled on a suture or something from her spaying, and pulled something underneath the wound, so I'm just having her go and take her to have a little bit of a checkup. Normally, the nurse that saw her today said that normally what they would do is just slip the offending suture, and then it just like slips back under the skin, and then it's not a problem anymore. I've put her back in her little surgical suit, a little red jumper thing that stops them from, so she can't get at it anymore. But I just want to have her looked over. I'm a naughty mommy. I got a bit carried away in the stress of the past 2 weeks, and booked her post-op appointment a bit late. So I'm a naughty mommy.
I will not negotiate. My commander will determine how to deal with you and yours. If you wish to treat with him, I will take you, but no more than 3.
I don't much like the sound of that. But if we do accept his proposal, I suggest the 2 of us and...
Please allow me and Alize to act as envoys.
May I ask why?
We have seen with our own eyes the hardships the Garleans face. How their futures and lives hang in the balance.
Yeah, and less fleas and stuff.
It's not the warmest invitation, but it's an opportunity to prove our intentions true. Maybe.
Oh, sorry, I preempted that one.
I can see that persuading you otherwise is a lost cause, but you will proceed with the utmost care.
You can count on me.
A couple of children and what? A sellsword? Is this an insult?
Not in the least. You will find that they are more than qualified to speak on our behalf.
There are many dangers on the road ahead. I will need that back.
He's a gunbreaker. Not Alice. No. You will be received as invited guests, and so I urge you to observe proper social etiquette and conduct yourselves accordingly. Your safe return takes precedence above all else. Remember this. Thancred in particular will be worried sick if you're gone too long. May the Fury watch over and keep you. It does. Everyone speaks really proper, like, old English. Even the people who are meant to be like quite slang are like, yeah, especially Orionja. Orionja was the worst. He speaks old English, older than what is spoken in this time. You know what I mean? He's like 100 years old English. And again, I don't know how long the Elysian live compared to the rest of the races in this game. I imagine they live quite long, considering that Alize and Elfino are considered children still. But I think they've been a while. They've been around as long as the other people have. Yeah, exactly. Are you and the children ready? I will explain the route once we are outside your camp. If anyone attempts to follow us, we will judge it an act of hostility. We will not hesitate to take appropriate measures. Hmm?
They're rebooting the Highland series movie.
Ooh.
It's coming next year.
Are they going to star Henry Cavill as
Duncan
Duncan MacLeod?
Yes.
Are they?
Henry Cavill's Duncan.
Oh my god, I can't believe I... That was a joke.
He's Duncan MacLeod.
Of course he's Duncan MacLeod.
After
At the end of this decade, Henry Cavill is going to play every single click.
That made my fucking week.
He'll play a good Duncan.
Yes, fucking
He'll be a good Duncan. And he'll probably attempt to put on a Scottish accent.
He's got Scottish roots.
Does he?
Where he's from.
Ooh.
I think man. Yes.
He's quickly replacing Ryan Reynolds.
Now he fucking told me.
I know. Hello, boy. All my animals are out tonight.
Where did you feed him?
Last week. He is up to date with food. And he's nice and warm. That's why he's out. Could be. I would expect nothing less. You have our full cooperation. He did check you out and then had a big yawn. Right, let's go out this way. Can you just check on the food for me? Would you mind? I can do it if you don't want the food. Oh, I've got one then. Julius. Right, Julius. Alright, this is far enough. Listen carefully. We head over that hill, then follow the road until we reach Liminal Station 4. Children in the lead. I want you where I can see you. We do have names, you know. I'm Alice and he's Elfino. And last but not least, there's Lilith. Lilith? Where have I heard that before? No matter. Elfino and Alice will watch the road ahead while we bring up the rear. I wasn't lying about there being many dangers, so you're to run, not saunter. Run towards the station. If you even think about going for your weapon, the deal's off. Should any creatures bar the way, we go around them. Once you choose to depart, Julius will accompany and Elfin and Alice will then begin moving towards the destination. Make your way to Liminal Station 4 without falling behind. If you leave Julius behind for any reason or lose sight of Elfino and Alice, you may try again by returning to the starting point. Ready to make a dash for the station? Come on. They don't run very fast. What? He hasn't been out that long. I know! The monster's on this end of the thing. I mean, look at that big guy. And there's cerulean sprites. Normally, like, the different elemental sprites give you, they normally give you whatever, crystals for whatever they element to. I don't know about any cerulean crystals that you can get. Maybe as a crafting material, but not as a crystal. Well, you use crystals to craft as well, but I mean, like, they're different kind of ingredient. Cool. Liminal Station 4. This is it, the first stop, that is. Good. Looks like your friends knew better than to follow us. Are these your headquarters? No, we're stopping here so I can check for pursuers. Since it appears you've kept to your side of the bargain, we can carry on. North of the station is Regio Dormium. One of the main residential areas, or at least it was. The afflicted roam the streets in packs. They tear us to shreds if given the chance. Keep close. No wandering off, understood? Ching! I think I'm wearing the best armor for this level. From here, we'll be heading northeast, keeping to the left of the railway. While the route itself is straightforward, getting past the hordes unseen is anything but. Keep your weapons at the ready. They would attack their own countrymen? Aye, they spare their own but slaughter the rest without hesitation, though we'll try to avoid detection. The chances of sneaking by completely unnoticed are slim at best. I will lead the way, but in the event we are seen, you are to fight them off. Those two will follow us, provided they can refrain from drawing their weapons. While I doubt they would be foolish enough to stand their guide in the back, I will not take that chance. With that said, let's proceed. Jotun, or Jotun, ice giants. I see why your comrades chose you. Julius, your contingent is a cure for the afflicted, or tempered as we call them. Your people would need to be taken into custody that we may administer the treatment, but they would eventually regain their sanity. Is that so? For all I know, your treatment would have simply forced them to forsake one master for another. As far as I and my legion are concerned, they are no longer our people. They're beyond saving. Those who thought differently and tried to reason with them were butchered, and for their bleeding hearts. Come, we have to keep moving. Look. Looks like we're not being followed. We will continue onward. I meant what I said. These people deserve only death. I stayed my hand before only out of desire to remain undiscovered, and that is still the higher priority. We should continue to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. Keep following the railway. so. Well, look what they've become. Would you still stand there and claim that they can be cured? Those exposed to vast quantity of a primal's ether may suffer severe corruption. Even with treatment, such victims are beyond salvation. Then you admit it. Now that you've seen these monstrosities for yourself, perhaps you will think twice before speaking of a cure. I think we must be nearby because there's like a... Must be underneath me or something. We're almost there. You've kept your side of the agreement, so I'll keep mine. This way. This is Tertium, one of Garlemald's largest stations. It now serves as our headquarters. I've already sent the twins ahead. I will be with you soon, so wait for me at the bottom of the stairs. Theodora. Plain to see why they chose this as their base of operations. They could have done a lot worse. Even so, I imagine it's not the easiest place to live. Indeed. And if Julius was willing to make the perilous journey to Camp Broken Glass in search of food, their own supplies must be all but exhausted. They may be shielded from the wind and snow, but it's still bitterly cold. Much like Victor's spoils, it must be a constant struggle to keep their people warm. Lower your voices. While you may be here as my guests, the others will not take kindly to your presence. My commander is in the locomotive over there. Right.
These are their chosen representatives.
Very well. Let us hear what they have to say.
Yes, sir. I present to you our commander, Lord Quintus Van Kina, Legatus of the First Legion.
The First? I had no idea you had survived.
We lost our Emperor, our city, more than half our troops. For my wounds, I may never take the field again. But we survived, aye.
He does, doesn't he? He kind of looks like a bit like a young Ian McKellen as well.
In a manner much to your liking, I dare say.
We have no intention of adding to your misfortunes, nor do we bear you any ill will.
Spare me. Though you children may speak in earnest, overtures of peace ever ring hollow in my ears. So long as man stands to profit from his neighbor's suffering, war is inevitable. Driven from our ancestral homeland into this blasted waste. Yet still you yearned to rob us of our paltry scraps. 'Twas only with Magitech that you learned to keep your distance. Though we knew it was only a matter of time before you regrouped and returned. Conquest and Empire were our only defenses. Emperors Solus and Varys understood this, and through their campaigns saw us grow and prosper. Much blood has been spilled in Garlemald's name, aye. But if it is a choice between yours and mine, then it is hardly a choice at all.
Sounds like they're salty because they don't have magic.
I do not deny that a great many conflicts throughout history were driven by the desire or necessity to gain by another's loss. That is not why we are here. Nor have we come to petition your aid in the war with the Telophoroi, grave though that threat may be. Our purpose is simply this. We wish to help you. Let us help you. If there is aught that can be done to ease your plight, we would be glad to do it.
Perhaps you would. But regardless of the ideals you espouse, your leaders would not send an army into Garlemald if they did not stand to benefit. If we accept their aid, they will expect their efforts to be rewarded once the Telophoroi are no longer a threat. And after compensation and concessions, the great empire would be brought to heel. Her enemies rejoice at her downfall. Our third eye, a mark of shame.
We won't stand idly by and let your people be humiliated. And we're not alone in that. We only want to make a difference, to make this world of ours better. Surely you can understand that. What I'm trying to say is, there are...
Oh, sorry. My finger slipped.
Believe it or not, that's the truth. And now we're here. And all we're asking is for you to tell us what you want. What you hope for.
So much blood has been shed. So much lost. All because of this endless war. Who wouldn't want to end it? Can we not work together? To face our problems as one?
Answer me this, young peacemakers. If a world without conflict is your desire, why reject the unity and prosperity of Garlemald? Is it because we do not share your faith? That we do not share your heritage? That our ideals and virtues differ? That we cherish and hold in the highest that which you do not? Disparity is the root of discord, and peace built on compromise is flawed and fleeting. Happiness for one and all is a dream, and the reality is that to the victor go the spoils. That is why we Garleans will never submit nor surrender. For freedom and for pride, we will remain true to ourselves until the bitter end. That is my hope. It seems there is nothing more to say on the matter. You will remain here while I decide what is to be done with you. Do not be alarmed. No harm will come to you, if you cooperate.
Oh, that's alright.
We will not resist. However, as your guests, I ask that we be allowed to speak with the other members of your group.
As you wish. I had no intention of locking you up, as by dawn you would be frozen stiff and you're no good to me dead. You are free to move about the encampment, but there is one condition. Collar them.
Collar? Yes. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. Be right back. I need to go check on my
What
food
are
in the
these?
oven.
Incentive. You'll be watched at all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously, and we will administer a rather painful shock.
I'm back. Incentive, you will be watched all times. Stray too far or act suspiciously and we will administer a rather painful shock. That's a shock collar. Okay.
Stop! Keep away from that one.
Ooh, that one.
The champion of Eorzea is not so easily cowed. Even if she allowed herself to be collared, the shock would be no more than an itch.
Is that the one for Valor?
If she refuses to obey, we will activate the twins' restraints instead.
You needn't worry about us.
We'll forget we're even wearing them soon enough.
Even now, you still... Why go to such lengths? What is it all for?
On the coldest, blackest of nights.
You are a curious one. A far cry from the merciless barbarian others paint you to be.
And this is the problem with propaganda, folks. Keeps us
You will
apart.
be their warden. Take them away.
Yes, sir.
Either rider's not responding. Ha! Fine. As per Lord Quintus's instructions, I am to supervise you during your time here in Tertium. For you are? No, I don't have a key or any other means to remove your collars. Nor would I tell you if I did. And if you're trying anything, you'll soon wish you hadn't. So do you truly intend to speak with others, or was that merely a ruse? We're in no hurry to disobey. If that's what you mean. Or perhaps you doubt the wisdom of his decision. Do as you will, but remember, I'm watching. If I catch wind of you doing anything untoward, try to trick our people into turning their coats and the like. Exactly. Those shock collars will be the last of your worries, understood? Or least of your worries. Though, we're somewhat compromised, to put it lightly. Let's not waste this opportunity. I suggest splitting up and learning what we can of their situation, and above all else, do not use magic of any sort. Is that okay for you? I thought you might be hungry. But do not forget, to do anything to endanger us or our interests, Alpha and LSA will pay for it. 5. 1, 2, 3 there, 4. Octavia. It's you. I served under Lord Gaius in the 14th Legion. I was there on the night the Praetorium fell. The fucking Praetorium, oh my god. You and your dentures, you killed them. My comrades, my friends, swept them aside in their dozens, as though they were nothing to you. Maybe I am too, just another faceless enemy to be cut down. But it won't be long until our countrymen return, until you get what you deserve, mark my words. You came with Julius, didn't you? Or whatever business brought you here, you'd best keep your hands off that etherite. It's deactivated, but I'd rather you didn't mess about with it. There are others throughout the city, built by Guardians, 4 Guardians. Could teleport all over in the blink of an eye, provided there was a terminal nearby. These days, however, we use the etherite's power to keep this place lit, though that comes at the cost of its normal function. Sabinianus. So cold. This young soldier's on the verge of losing consciousness. This radio is the same model as the one used at Victor's spoils. Perhaps it is what saved the soldiers here from being tempered. Marcellinus. I know who you are, the so-called champion of Eorzea. Come to gloat, have you? I'll wipe that smoke off your face by the blood of our fallen compatriots. I swear I'll... Ugh. Damn, tall sushas. Of all the times, the worst of the lot, within striking distance, and I can't even muster the strength. If it weren't for the If it weren't for the third bleeding us, we'd be the end of you. Virgilia's treachery nearly cost Lord Quintus his life, but we made our escape, took shelter in a mansion, tended to the wounded as we prepared to strike back, and then night fell and we gathered around the radio. Then the roar, the terrible roar, the capital was in chaos. We were spared. If you can call some mercy, mind intact but body broken, a soldier in name alone. I'd cut you down where you stand if I could, murderer. Did you learn anything of note? Then your findings are consistent with my own. Their plight is desperate indeed. The sick and injured are at greatest risk. Without warmth and proper nutrition, I fear they will soon perish. I realize there is precious little we can do for them at present, but I cannot bear to see them suffer. Please, will you help me tend to them? Okay. Who's there? My eyes. I can't see all that well. Oh, thank you. The numbness has subsided a little. But I know I won't last much longer. You should look to the others who can still fight. Give them my ration. If me going hungry means someone else lives to see another day, so be it. At least I can still serve in that way. So those you met fare no better. I was afraid you would say that. I know we were warned against meddling in their affairs, but we can't leave them like this. Perhaps we might gain permission to have the contingent deliver supplies. Quintus may have made his feelings on the matter quite clear, but even he must recognize they are not in a position to refuse help. Oh my god, I need that fat cat! There's a fat cat mount behind me. Maybe Julius could persuade him, though we'd need to persuade Julius first. Oh. Yeah, that's a board item.
So they are market purchases then?
Yeah. Optional items. It should be the only thing that are micro-purchased. It's glamours and things that look nice. It served no other purpose. Well, seen enough? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Julius, the people here have barely enough food and fuel to survive. Have you and the other soldiers been able to procure any more supplies? We've been scavenging provisions from the nearby houses, as most families kept some stored away in the event they were snowed in. Still, going out and getting it is dangerous work, and we've a lot of mouths to feed. Fuel is the greatest concern, though. We had some ceruleum set aside until it was stolen. We haven't identified the culprit. Could have been other refugees or one of the afflicted for all we know. Either way, we're down to the last dregs. Without the heating they need, those in poor health are only going to get worse instead of better. If it's ceruleum you need, our contingent has secured a ready supply. We can have some sent over. We will not accept your charity. If we can hold on a little longer, the situation is sure to change. Aye, everything will change. Those mysterious countrymen, I assume. Heard something of it, have you? Well, from what I've seen, there's little you could do to interfere, so there's no harm in telling you. One of our scouts spotted a hooded man issuing instructions to the afflicted, or in the bastard words, loyal servants of the Telophoroi. Then he made his way inside the Imperial Palace, or what stands in its place. We'd identified the seat of the enemy's power, we realized. Lord Quintus dispatched a message to the 10th Legion saying as much, and instructed them to join forces with the provincial legions, to prepare for a combined assault on the Telophoroi. Once our allies arrive, your contingent will be sent running for the hills. Then we shall reclaim the capital by our own hand. And how do you intend to survive in the meantime? At this rate, many of your countrymen will perish long before reinforcements reach Garlemald. They need help now. Say the word and we'll bring you ceruleum. I will speak with Lord Quintus. So, did he agree to it? No, he will not place Garlemald in the debt of her enemies. I have, however, been ordered to search for ceruleum outside. As you are under my watch, you will come with me. Very well. After all, many hands make light work. You lot are more trouble than you're worth. Once we are outside, you will follow my instructions to the letter. We depart shortly. Not that it means anything. Yeah, his park materials. His dark materials. We will begin our search for ceruleum in Regio Urbanissima. The first location is Forum Solis, a park to the northwest of the station. You are to remain closest at all times and act only as ordered. Follow me. Like every pony I got in this range has its own music. And the bloody nightmare has nothing. It's just got normal mount music. Nothing cool. Exactly. I mean, you know, I don't know how rare it is now, but it used to be like one of the rarest, or among the rarer mounts that you could get. back in the earlier game. So this is a park. I'm surprised they found space for one amongst all these buildings. Actually, the recreational areas came first. The houses were built later around them. A healthy society requires communal spaces for children to play and adults to socialize. This park was named after the founding father of the empire, the great Solus Zos Galvus. Did we come to extract cerulean from the wrecked Magitek armor? No. We've already drained it dry. Same goes for the rest of the machina in the vicinity. But as our ceruleum has been stolen, we must scour the city for every last drop. It's too cold. And while I don't expect to find anything here, I've decided to try one more time in case something has been overlooked. I see. Then with your permission, we will commence the search. Yeah? I'm glad you like it. Right. We'll start at the edge of the circle. There's some over there. A cursory inspection of the wrecked Magitek armor confirms that the fuel canister has since been drained. Ceruleum, as Julius said. Kind of reminds me of like Chernobyl or something. I want to have some snowball or tiki lemonade. I can't speak for snowballs because I've learned it's something I'm missing out on. Snowballs, I guess. The contraption is built in the style of Imperial war machina, armed with a battery of weapons and capable of transforming into different configurations. But on close inspection, it appears to be no more than a children's slide. Oh, right, fair enough. I mean, it is Christmas Eve tomorrow. Maybe you should keep it for tomorrow. Alright, tiki it is then. I think Daddy says you just got chocolates. Oh, there's something big in it. Kind of reminds me a little of Midgard, eh? I know, right? Several points of interest are marked on the map of Forum Solius. The pond, children's play area. To your knowledge, however, none would require the use of ceruleum. Maybe we're being pulled out here as another ruse. It was, which means I'm one step closer to flying. Rather small by Garlean standards, the structure is reminiscent of a merchant store. Perhaps it was built for children to play at shopkeeper. There is nothing inside resembling Magitek or any other device that would be fueled by ceruleum. Why would anything in a children's playground be fueled by ceruleum? Why were we really bought here? No, it's you. Any luck? There's no sign of any ceruleum. Hardly surprising, but disappointing nonetheless. I couldn't help noticing you gazing at the pond. Is something the matter? What? Yes, I mean, no, It's just I used to bring my brother and sister here to play. The pond was heated to stop it from freezing over, so like all the other children, they just had to wade in and splash about. Would have stayed there if I didn't drag them out. We'd be sopping wet when all was said and done and everything. And every time, when we'd get home, Mother would scold us, saying we'd catch our death walking around like that. The pond was heated. Was it a ceruleum-powered heater by any chance? I suppose it must have been. Come to think of it, I remember seeing engineers changing out a tank beneath the hatch. That was a long time ago, and the water still flowed clear. It wasn't this brackish muck. We can't see a thing, and I can't remember where the hatch might be. The machinery most likely broken. The amount of filth in there is probably the only reason it hasn't frozen over. I'd wager it's still unbearably cold, though. Julius, what are your thoughts on magic? The average Guardian would jump out of their skin if they saw it, but the first has a few foreign signiferi and medici, so it doesn't scare me. Then I take it you won't mind if I employ you a little now. Alphino, as you have a knack for finding dry wood, why don't you bring me some? Once that's done, a blast of her fire should do the trick. Leave it to me. You're not planning to go in there, are you? Of course I am. The tank isn't going to fetch itself. It's nothing so involved as extracting unprocessed ceruleum from a frozen lake like how Crackers do it. We're talking about a shallow pond in a park, and we have a way of warming ourselves up after. But that's insane. So, fancy a dip? A little friendly competition might make things interesting. The last thing we need is catching a cold. Step aside while I drink the pond dry. That way we'll find it in no time. I'm not drinking this one, but a little competition would be good. Last one to find a ceruleum tank is a rotten egg, though I dare say we'll both smell like rotten eggs when this is over. Delve into the murky water but come up empty-handed. To add injury to insult, the icy wind on your damp clothing chills you to the bones. Oh no! You delve into the murky water but come up empty-handed. All chills to the bone. You have to go to all of them, my darling. Got it. You open the hatch and retrieve a ceruleum tank. I know there's nothing in my hand, but I'm frozen to the bone. However, your grand discovery comes at great personal cost as you become acutely aware of the freezing cold and a rancid odor emanating from every ilm of your body. Julius will doubtless feel compelled to pinch his nose shut when you deliver him your prize. Probably all stagnant water. We don't know how that smells. Did you find anything? Oh, I hope you did. That's it. And there's still some ceruleum left. Oh, the fire's still not ready. Hold on, I'll give Alphino a hand.
This quite a little bit hot to me.
It's salty area as well.
Call me an Uldon, because by fire I am reborn and my clothes are mostly dry now. I appreciate you recovering the ceruleum, but I wish you'd taken the time to discuss the plan with me beforehand. Despite the way you've been treated in Lord Quintus's eyes, you're still envoys deserving of protection. If you were to die on my watch, he would be most displeased. Your concern is duly noted, but all's well that ends well. Julius, you mentioned coming here with your younger siblings. Did you grow up in Garlemald? I did, not far from here. My father was an accomplished researcher in his youth, and for his contributions to the Empire awarded an estate. We lived well, better than many. Careful, darling. What? What was Garlemald like in those days? Can I have a sip? Thank you.
Did very well.
Seriously? Mate, no. There we go. Can I have my glass there, please? Thank you. You are. What was Garlemald like in those days? Don't click on those links. They're it's a new kind of spam that takes you to, like, I mean, obviously, I know you know, but it's just like scam and spam and malicious software and
Did
websites.
you know there's a game named Dreams?
Yeah, we all know there's a game named Dreams. What was Garlemald like in those days? Everything. It was everything you could imagine and so much more. Yep. I actually need to go on quickly and delete that comment because it is not great to have. I get one every stream now. It's annoying. Even during the coldest winters, we always found warmth and comfort at home. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with the family. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
McDonald's!
McDonald's? I'm trying to find my YouTube app. There it is. Coming in from the snow, taking off your coat and sitting down for a hot meal with family. Cool. I think it's gone now. No, it didn't show it as a link either. Yeah, the second one's me, darling. Visiting friends and relatives, receiving that same welcome, knowing they had everything they needed, walking down the street, seeing the lights in all the houses, hearing the faint sounds of laughter and song, of happiness. And although the summers came and went all too quickly, in that brief respite, the ice would melt and the forgotten grass make its triumphant return. Grey clouds gave way to blue skies. Some mornings we'd climb to the top of the tallest building we could find to watch the sunrise. Never again. Those rooftops are rubble, those friends dead, and those memories. But if I could reclaim even a fraction of what we once had, soon our chance will come. We just need to hold on a little longer. That's fine. Alright, now that you've recovered from your escapades in the pond, there's another location I'd like to search just outside the park. Ah, that was good. Yes? No, you don't do missions, darling.
I do guys.
You do. As you can see, this place is littered with remnants of various types of war machina. While my comrades and I have already recovered the tanks from the less damaged units, those that look a more severe beating are harder to scavenge. We decided to save those for another time, that time being now. Rather than prise them apart piece by piece, it would be quicker to remove the outer casing using the compact explosives. With luck, we'll gain access to the tanks without rupturing them. Though the force generated by these devices is relatively weak, I would advise you stand well clear to avoid being hit by any shrapnel. Before even bothering, though, you should check the machina's ceruleum gauge to see if there is any left. It should still provide an accurate reading even when the unit itself is inactive. If the gauge is broken, I'll let you decide whether to use the explosive or not. Should you need more, come to me. Understood. Let's get to work. Duck and cover! Right, so my strategy is to over here would be to go through the things that definitely have. And if this unit tank, fuel tank is empty. Let me just read that again. Run like mad. My plan would be going for obviously the ceruleum that the gauge can see, and then if there is any explosives left, go for what we don't know. According to the ceruleum gauge, this unit's fuel tank is empty. Yeah? Oh, very nice.
A close-up of his dead body.
It is. The ceruleum gauge on this unit appears... Yes, right. Well
See
done.
that?
Yeah.
I think the Among Us character got bitten.
Oh my god. The ceruleum gauge on this unit appears to have been broken, giving you no way to determine how much fuel is in the tank. Okay, so we'll leave that one there. No! No! Didn't see him there. Oh, Kimari, yeah. The ceruleum gauge on this unit appears to be broken, giving you no way to determine. I guess this one's broken as well. Okay, so... The ceruleum gauge appears to be broken, giving you no way to determine. That one's empty. Do you know what? I think these are the only ones. Have a couple more chips. You retrieve the war ceruleum tank, find it is half full or half empty, depending on one's perspective. Either way, Julius will surely be pleased by your discovery. Oh, is that all you wanted? I had 2 lots of explosives. Oh, okay. More explosives? Wait, is that what I think it is? Go get dressed. You have pajamas. You have pajamas in your room. Go on. You've done it again. Truly, luck is on your side. With this, we should be able to refuel quite a few of our heaters. It's time we headed back. Wait here while I go and see how Alice and Halfino are faring. I'm just gonna wait. Hi. Thank you.
Finally escaped the watchful gaze of your keepers, have we? Don't react. You'll only draw attention to yourself. Just carry on as you are and listen. After you left with the Garlean lad, Lucia bade a few of our scouts follow you at a discreet distance. We observed you being led into the station, but decided against venturing inside. When you emerged sometime later, and we saw that the twins were sporting Magitech collars, it was clear what had taken place. Now, as quietly as you can, tell me everything. The Legatus himself, eh? Now there's a surprise. This is also the first I've heard of a plan to join forces with the 10th and storm the Tower of Babel. An interesting development, and perhaps the opportunity we've been waiting for. Our comrades back at the camp also received some rather promising news, but it's still too early to get our hopes up. For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them. With luck, this will all be over soon. Until then.
They had not gone far.
We searched high and low, but no luck, I'm afraid. I might have guessed you'd be the only one to find anything.
I wasn't expecting much to begin with. Eventually, there will be nothing left out here for us to safely salvage. For now, this will have to suffice. We should return to the station.
Have you done Valafor's temple yet? Oh no, if you just met Kimari,
heard you'd gone hunting
on
for
your way
ceruleum above ground.
To Kilika Beach? Is it, or is it Besaid? This could be Besaid. Have you looked at Besaid
King's
yet?
ransom?
Hardly. But thanks to these three, we have enough to last a little while longer.
Okay.
Well, well. It's not at all as I was expecting, these ones. For savages, they seem positively docile. It's a poor attempt at humor. In all honesty, I'm grateful for your efforts. But even with another night of warmth, there are those among us who may not live to see the morrow.
I trust your expedition was fruitful.
Lord Quintus!
Use what you procured to refuel the armor.
But, sir, what about the heaters for the camp?
The time for action is upon us. My men and I have matters to discuss. In the meantime, you are to wait here. Do not forget, you are being watched.
The time for action. What did he mean by that?
I can only speculate. Clearly something requiring their magitech, given what we just heard. Whether they plan to utilize it now, or after they join with the 10th, is another question.
I know.
Will they ever escape this cold? Return to and reclaim the idyllic spaces of which Eula spoke?
Finished your war, Council?
God damn it, is PS Plus gonna release anything good? Not a bad line up my arse. Horrible.
Alphino and Alizé are to stay here as our prisoners. They will be released once your comrades have relinquished their supplies and withdrawn from Garlean soil. Until our terms are met, they will be detained at a separate location.
After everything we've said and done, this is how you treat us.
Our allies have but limited supplies. They may stave off cold and starvation for a short while, but what then?
For now, keeping yourselves out of harm's way comes before all else. Whatever demands the Garleans make, indulge them.
Get them out of here.
What? What's going on in the chat? Alphina and Alisaie would be fine, providing they do not resist. Right. I am contemplating... What level is... This is the level 83 mission. I might leave it on that cliffhanger until next time. Only because I really want to go and cuddle up and go and watch The Witcher in bed. So I'm going to leave that here for now. Probably won't be playing now till after Christmas again. So, with that being said, I want everyone to have a lovely Christmas, a safe Christmas, and just enjoy the good things in your life. Be that family, friends, even some solitude sometimes can be good. So, just as long as it's safe, okay? Right. I'm gonna say good night, and we'll see you all after Christmas. Hope you enjoy, and good night.